There are chapters in your life that you never meant to write, chapters where the weight of your choices sits heavy on your chest, where your own reflection feels unfamiliar, where the silence of God feels louder than your own thoughts. Psalm 51 was born in a moment like that. It is not just scripture, it is the sound of a soul cracking open in front of a holy God. Before you read further, breathe for a moment and ask yourself quietly, what is the ache in my heart that I've been afraid to bring to God? Let it rise, don't push it down. Psalm 51 begins exactly there. David's words are soaked in regret, trembling with truth. Have mercy on me, blot out my transgressions, wash me thoroughly. You can almost feel his heart shaking as he prays. He isn't hiding behind titles, reputation, or strength. He's standing in the ruins of his own decisions, whispering a desperate hope. God, don't leave me like this. And maybe that's where you are too. Maybe there is something inside you that feels stained. Something you wish you could undo. Something that keeps replaying in your mind when the room gets quiet. Something you've tried to erase with distraction, with busyness, with pretending you're okay. But Psalm 51 tells us a truth we rarely dare to believe. God meets us in the exact place we're afraid to be seen. David doesn't offer God perfection. He offers him brokenness. He doesn't bring strength, he brings a shattered spirit. He doesn't bring excuses, he brings honesty that hurts, and God receives it. The most emotional part of the psalm is not David's confession, it's his hope. Even with everything he has done, he prays a prayer that almost feels too bold to speak. Create in me a clean heart, renew a right spirit within me. Do you hear the vulnerability in that? He is asking God to touch the very place that sin damaged. He is asking God to rebuild what he destroyed. He is asking God to breathe life into a heart that feels too bruised to beat right. Maybe you've been there, wanting to believe God can make you clean again, but afraid to even ask. Wanting to feel joy again, but convinced you've lost your chance. Wanting to worship freely, but feeling chained to your past. But Psalm 51 teaches something that should break you open in the best way. There is no sin God cannot wash, no heart he cannot renew, no joy he cannot restore. When David says, "Do not cast me away from your presence," you feel the fear inside him, the fear that God might walk away. But the truth of Scripture, the truth of God's character, is this: he never does. Not when you confess, not when you return, not when you finally say, "God, I need you." Psalm 51 is the sound of a man collapsing into grace and discovering that grace still holds. And maybe today, that's exactly what your heart needs. Not a lecture, not a list of rules, not a reminder of your mistakes, just a place to lay them down. So let your prayer echo David's. Create in me a clean heart, restore to me the joy. Because the God of Psalm 51 has never turned away a broken heart. Not then, not now, not ever. Let him wash you. Let him carry what you've been holding. Let him rewrite the chapter you're afraid to look at. The God who forgave David is the same God who still whispers over you, "I can make you new." Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, Sight Kids, for more spiritual growth.